Hi, welcome to CSE351 Introduction to Data Science. This is summer of 2024. I'm your instructor, Praveen, and this very first lecture will discuss the course logistics. And the content of this lecture slide is inspired by the lecture contents from Dr. Steve Skinner and Dr. Martin Radford. So let's spend some time understanding the mode of the lecture delivery. So this course is being offered online and in asynchronous mode. So asynchronous mode needs to be explained. In online, there are two possibilities: synchronous versus asynchronous. So in synchronous version, there will be a fixed time when the instructor will be teaching the lecture and the students, they need to attend the lecture at that specific time. But in asynchronous mode of lecture delivery, in online version, there's no fixed time where the instructor is teaching the lecture and the students are attending the lecture. In fact, in asynchronous mode, the lectures are pre-recorded and the lectures link is provided to the students, and the students are supposed to watch the lecture, go over the lecture notes, and do the assignments as per the due dates. So what will happen in this course? I will be providing you the course material, and in the course material you will get the lecture slides. You can consider those as lecture notes also, and you will be getting the lecture video links. As very soon you would find the link to this recording that I'm doing right now. This recording would be um, posted on YouTube, and the YouTube link I'll be posting on the Brightspace, and that will be the way your lectures will be given to you. Your homework assignments will be posted on the Brightspace, and you are supposed to finish the homework and upload your homework on Brightspace. So Brightspace we are going to use as the learning management system. So one more time, if you're curious about how the lectures will be delivered to you, so the lectures are pre-recorded because this is asynchronous mode of communication or asynchronous mode of online teaching. Video lectures will be uploaded on YouTube, and the YouTube link of the videos would be available on Brightspace. Okay, so about myself, I am Praveen. My last name is Tripathi. I am holding my office hours on Zoom, but office hours are going to be synchronous. So that means if you want to meet me in my office hours, then I'm holding that on Tuesday and Thursday on Zoom. And I have already made an announcement on Brightspace, and you need to follow that announcement. I have provided you the link. You need to follow that link and register on Zoom, and after registration you'll have the information about how to join me in my office hours. So my office hours are going to be on Tuesday and Thursday from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and this time is going to be New York time. It is possible that for some of you, if you are doing some internship or you're not available during my office hours, then in that case you need to send me an email, and I'll try my best to be available by any appointment on some other time, not outside my office hours. So for my if you want to reach out to me through my email, then please use this email. I prefer my CS email, which is praveen@cs.stonybrook.edu. You can also reach me on my other email, which is praveen.tripathi@stonybrook.edu. So in this very first lecture, you should have the information about the exam schedule. So this is tentative because on online version there are always some scope of some uncertainty, but with a high probability, I would say with more than 90% probability, the exam schedule is going to be like this. So the tests are going to be online as well, and for online test you will need to have the Respondus lockdown browser. I will share with you the information or the instructions on how to get access to Respondus lockdown browser. And with a lockdown browser, you will have to use the Respondus monitor. And for Respondus monitor, you will need a camera. So that should not be a problem if you're using a laptop, because I assume that most of the laptops, they have built-in camera. And if you're not using laptop, if you're using some other machine like a desktop, then please make sure that you have a webcam. All right, so these are few things you'll have to take care of before we reach to the point where you'll have the exams. Okay, so the very first exam that you'll have is going to be quiz 1, which is scheduled on June the 4th, that is Tuesday, and it will be at 8:45 p.m. to 9:25 p.m. and it's the New York time. And the midterm exam, there will be only one midterm exam. It is scheduled on 13th of June 2024, that is Thursday, from 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Again, it's the New York time. The second quiz is on 25th of June, which is a Tuesday, and it will start at 8:45 p.m. and will end at 9:25 p.m. It's again New York time. So all the times that I have is going to be New York time. Your final test I have scheduled on the 1st of July 2024, that is Monday. And again, it is also in the evening. The final exam will start at 8:30 p.m. and will end at 10:30 p.m. It's again the New York time. So you would like to know a little bit about the course content. So I'll try my best to give you some idea about what to expect in this Introduction to Data Science course. So data science is in fact a multidisciplinary course. So here also in CSE 351 Introduction to Data Science, this course will also introduce you to both the theoretical concepts as well as the practical approaches to extract knowledge from data. Now, I started with this data science thing. Right now you might be wondering, like, how come we have this term here, extract knowledge from data? What is it? So in fact, the data science deals with this thing, right? So data science in fact involves extraction of knowledge from data. Okay, so in that respect, data science is similar to data mining, where also we are interested in extracting knowledge from huge data. So the same is the case with data science as well. So one more time, this is multidisciplinary course which introduces both theoretical concepts and practical approaches to extract knowledge from data. Now, this course will teach you the state-of-the-art tools for data analysis, such as Python and the Python scientific libraries. So let me explain it to you. Let me explain this thing a little bit. The very first line where we are saying that you will be taught theoretical concepts and the practical approaches. So in theoretical concepts, I would say that I will go over the machine learning models. Right, so when I'll be discussing machine learning models, then you would find those as theory, right, and which is extremely important. And in data science, machine learning is extremely important. When you start doing the modeling, then the models that we use are from machine learning, and there we need to understand theory behind those. Then the practical approaches will be covered. You will have homeworks and project, and in the homework and project you will be expected to apply the models or the techniques which we are learning during the lectures. Okay, and in the lectures also, I think I have at least 2 lectures dedicated to practical approach, where it's Python for data science, something like that. Right, so we will give you some background in Python and Python libraries which are useful in data science. Okay, so in this course you will get a decent amount of theory as well as practical approaches for data science. So now let's look at some prerequisites. Prerequisites are CSE 214, CSE 260, AMS 310 and CSE Major. Now, if you want to get some idea about what topics would be included in data science, so data science involves linear algebra. We will have some discussion on probability and statistics. These are required. We will discuss machine learning as well, your projects and homeworks where you are supposed to do programming. I would encourage you to use Python, and your project and your homework will involve processing large real world data, and that data could be come from science, technology, medicine. There's so many domains from which you can get the data. Now, whenever you work on any data science project, then the very first step is the EDA. EDA stands for exploratory data analysis. So I'm pretty sure that there will be at least one lecture on EDA. So in that lecture on EDA, I will discuss and I'll introduce you with the various steps which are followed in EDA, why EDA is so important. And in EDA, as you can see here, it involves pre-processing of the data, feature engineering from the data, visualization from the data, right? Often there's cleaning also, which could be discussed in pre-processing. We have visualization and all. So EDA is very important because we want to make sure that our data is clean before we do any modeling, because it is said in machine learning, data science, as well as data mining that garbage in, garbage out. So if our data is not clean, then we should not expect a very good model on a poor data. So the next point here, or the next bullet here, is about identifying the best model to describe the data. We will learn about these things. This is little too detailed, little too involved to give you any idea about that right now. But yes, you can think about it at a very high level, that once we, after doing the EDA, after cleaning the data, understanding the nature of the data, understanding different features that we have, visualizing the data, then the next step is to identify the best model for the task, right? Like whether it's going to be a classification problem, whether it is going to be a regression problem, or whether we should treat this problem as clustering problem, right? Something like that. And even for classification and clustering, we can have multiple options available, whether it's a regression problem, right? So all these things we deal with after doing EDA. Then once we have thought about the model, once we pick the best model, then using that model, the third stage involves making the prediction, right? So the only the main motivation behind building a model is to learn from the data and then make predictions on unseen data, right? So that is what we usually do in the data science problems or projects. So after building a model, we will check how good the model is doing on unseen data, where the model will be making some predictions. Now we'll have to check how good are these predictions, right? So we'll have to evaluate the results. We will discuss all these approaches, like how do we evaluate the results provided by the model when the model is making predictions. And these results we want to report in a nice format, right? And which is mostly in the form of visualization, beautiful charts and pictures, right? Because the result of our finding of the data science should be understandable to a vast majority of audience, right? So you can think of a data scientist as working in an organization where he or she has been given responsibility to find something interesting from the data, and the findings of the data scientist are to be presented to the management people, right? And management people may not be technical people, right? But they are good, they understand the plots and diagrams better, charts and plots. So that is where the visualization gets very important in data science. All right, then let's think about our communication, like how we will communicate. We means me, the students and the TAs. So when you are writing to us, you're writing an email to us. Then please, in your email, do put your name. All right, and you should also have the information about the course, like CSE351. You should have in your email. You should say that Professor, I'm registered with you in CSE351, and then you should tell the remaining problem, that what is it that you want to reach out to us about. So your name should be the name as you have on the Solar or on the Brightspace. You should describe your problem in more detail. And fine, so that is about your email when you're writing to us. And I have already mentioned their thing, but here again we have it, like Brightspace will be used to host the course material. And my announcements would be mostly on Brightspace, right? And but you can use Piazza. I'll discuss about Piazza, and most probably you must have received an email that we are going to use Piazza for the discussion, for the course discussion. So please follow the Brightspace notifications and announcements. I will be doing a lot of announcements on Brightspace, and these announcements would be about the lecture posted, lecture slides posted, video posted, homework posted, or the quiz information, when do we have the quiz, and all those details. Okay, so let me put stars over here. Whenever I put stars in my lecture, then that means that is important. So what's important over here is the fact that you should pay attention on the Brightspace notifications that you're getting, right? So regularly check Brightspace, and please don't ignore the email or the announcements that you're getting from Brightspace. So join the course on Piazza and use it as student forum, right? Join me in my office hours on Zoom, or email me for an appointment if you can't make it to my office hours. So now let's look into the books. If you're thinking of using books for data science or for CSE 351, this course, then here I have the list of books. There are four, in fact. The first one is the Data Science Design Manual. This is going to be the textbook. Okay, and a lot of content, and I would say probably more than 95% of the content in my lecture slides you'll find from this textbook. Okay, and there's something very interesting about this textbook. First of all, it's very nicely written. Okay, and then this textbook is written by our own professor. Our own professor means Professor Steve Skinner is a professor in our computer science department at Stony Brook. Okay, and he's a big giant in data science. So yeah, very nicely written book. That will be our textbook. And then the other books like 2 and 3 I will consider as important, because these books will help you in doing your homework and project, right? Because the approach of these two books is different, in the sense that these two are kinds of hands-on, right? So data science will be discussed with Python. I think here we don't have Python, but yes, here we have Python for data analysis. Doing data science, it may involve Python. I don't remember, maybe I should have checked that. So, and the fourth book that you have over here is a very standard text book. I should not say textbook, very standard book on machine learning. So if you want to get into the depth of machine learning, then probably you should read this book, Pattern Recognition and Machine Learning by Christopher M. Bishop. Okay. So let's look into the Piazza, like how should you use Piazza, because you should be very careful while using Piazza. because the chances are that if you don't use Piazza with responsibility, right, then you may get in the trap of academic dishonesty. All right. So course discussion forum is going to be Piazza, so you can use it for course related question and answers. If you have a question regarding a concept from the lecture or one of the assignments, then the first thing that you should do would be to check on Piazza. It is possible that somebody might have asked the same question that you have. All right, and therefore you may find the question along with the solution as well. And one thing you should be careful about is that you should not post your assignment solution there. Okay, so this is where we have a trap. Okay, and that is where I'm saying that you need to be very, very responsible when you're using Piazza as the discussion forum. So don't post your solutions there. Yeah, because what will happen, we will remove your posting if your post has something related with the assignment, its solution. Yeah, that will be considered as academic dishonesty. If you have any issue related with the grading concerns, then you should be sending a private email to the instructor, and I'll try my best to handle your grading concerns. Okay, so what do we have here? You may have received an invitation email uh, to join, yeah, Piazza, right? So yeah, as I mentioned, I did create the Piazza for this course probably a few hours back. So I'm expecting that you must have received an email regarding it. And so much so, I think one of the students already used it and asked a question like, where is the syllabus? And I responded to the student that the syllabus is posted on Brightspace. So yeah, one of the student was able to use it. I would assume you all can use it if you have any question. Now let's discuss about the grading criteria. You will have one midterm exam that will account for 20% of your grade. There will be a final exam which will be 25% of your grade. Project is going to be the biggest component of your grade, and the project is going to be 35%. Quizzes are going to be 6%. There will be two quizzes, and the homework in total will account for 40% of your grade. Now for assignments, please don't copy the assignments. All the students involved will get negative grades for copying the assignments. Assignments should be submitted electronically on Brightspace. With every assignment, you will have the detailed instruction on how to submit the assignment. Please be on time. Late assignment policy is very strict. For each, if you're late by each day, then each day will reduce your grade by 20%. So course material would be available on Brightspace. Grades updates will be on Brightspace. Quizzes will be posted within a week or two. Now, the most important thing here is the academic honesty. All the work that you submit must be your own. You can discuss general assignment concepts with other students, or you may reach out to us, the instructor or the TAs. But you should be very careful about the fact that you should never share the code or the answer with other students. So if you are suspected of cheating, you will be brought up on academic dishonesty charges. And if you are found guilty, you will receive an F course, F for the course. Okay. So let me put this whole thing in a box. Okay, and I would say that this should never happen. This is the worst news possible. If somebody's caught cheating, right, and if we are able to prove that the student did not follow the academic honesty thing, at academic dishonesty case, then yeah, it's going to be the worst news. The student will get an F grade, and yeah, then they'll be reported of cheating. All right, so that's it for the first lecture. I'll see you in the next video lecture. Take care and bye bye.